5 haircuts that make older women look younger after 65 or above. There is something quietly beautiful about a woman who has lived fully, who carries her years not as a burden, but as a kind of quiet grace. And yet, if we're being honest with each other, most of us still want to look in the mirror and feel that brightness, that freshness, that version of ourselves that feels alive and radiant, and yes, a little younger. Here's the truth that not enough people say out loud. Your hair has enormous power. The right haircut can soften your face, lift your features, add fullness where the years may have taken it away, and make you look genuinely, beautifully refreshed, without a single drop of filler or a single drastic change. After 65, our hair changes. It may become finer. The texture shifts. What worked in your 40s may feel heavy or dated now. But this isn't something to mourn, it's actually an invitation. An invitation to try something new, something that works with where you are right now and makes the very most of it. In this video, we're going to look at 5 haircuts that real women over 65 are using to look younger, lighter, and more vibrant. These are not gimmicks. These are timeless, elegant choices. And by the end, you may just have a reason to call your hairstylist very soon. Stay with me all the way through, because some of the most surprising and flattering options are coming up a little later. Let's begin. Soft layered bob that frames your face. The bob has been one of the most beloved haircuts for generations, and there is a very good reason why it never truly goes out of style, especially for women over 65. But not just any bob. The soft layered bob is something entirely special, and it may be one of the most quietly transformative haircuts a mature woman can choose. As we move through life, the face changes in subtle ways. The jawline softens. The cheeks may not hold quite the fullness they once did. A blunt, heavy bob can sometimes sit too rigidly around these natural changes and draw attention in ways that feel unflattering. But soft layers do something completely different. They create gentle movement. They build dimension and body. And they naturally guide the eye upward, toward your eyes, your cheekbones, the parts of your face that light up when you smile. The soft layered bob typically falls at or just above the jawline, and the layers are cut in a way that melts seamlessly into one another. There's no choppiness, no harshness. What you get instead is a cut that moves beautifully and looks effortlessly polished from every angle. For women with finer hair, which is so common after 65, this cut is especially wonderful because the layers create the illusion of fullness and life. When blow-dried with a soft round brush or touched lightly with a curling wand for a gentle bend, the results are genuinely stunning. And on days when you barely style it at all, it still looks intentional and put together. This cut works across all hair colors too. Silver, white, salt and pepper, naturally colored. The soft layered bob adapts beautifully to all of them. It doesn't try to compete with your color. It simply frames you. And that is exactly what the right haircut should do. The textured pixie that adds instant freshness. There is a moment when a woman decides to go short, truly short, and something remarkable tends to happen. She looks younger. She looks bolder. She looks, in the very best sense of the word, free. The textured pixie cut is that kind of haircut, and for women over 65, it can be genuinely life-changing. Now, if the word pixie makes you think of something too young or too dramatic, I want you to gently set that thought aside. The modern textured pixie for mature women is nothing like a harsh geometric cut. It is soft. It has movement. The top is kept slightly longer, enough to add fullness and shape, while the sides and back are trimmed close and clean. The result is a silhouette that is both feminine and beautifully modern. What makes this cut so powerful for women over 65 is what it does to the face. When the hair is cleared away from the neck and jaw, the face itself becomes the focal point. Your eyes are suddenly more prominent. Your bone structure, which only becomes more beautiful with age, is shown off completely. Fine lines and the natural softening of the face often appear far less noticeable when the hair is short and lifted rather than heavy and hanging. For women dealing with thinning hair, the pixie is also one of the most practical choices available. Thinning is far less visible with short hair, and the right textured cut actually makes fine hair look full and deliberate. The textured pixie is also wonderfully low maintenance, which matters more and more as the years pass. A small amount of lightweight styling cream or a gentle texturizing spray is all you need. Style it in 2 minutes, and you're ready for the day, looking polished, radiant, and at least a decade younger. Face framing layers on medium-length hair. Not every woman wants to go short. And that is a perfectly beautiful choice. If you love the feeling of having some length, something to tuck behind your ear, something that moves when you walk, then medium-length hair with soft face framing layers might be exactly what you have been looking for. The idea here is simple but deeply effective. Medium-length hair, falling somewhere between the chin and the shoulder, is given layers that are specifically designed around the face. These layers aren't scattered throughout the whole head of hair. They are placed intentionally around the hairline, the cheeks, and the front sections to create a soft, flattering frame around your features. What these layers do is remarkable. They take attention away from any areas you may feel less confident about, and direct it naturally toward the center of your face. Your eyes, your smile, your expression. It is almost like the haircut itself is working as a gentle spotlight, highlighting everything that makes you, you. For women over 65, face framing layers are especially effective because they restore some of the visual lift that the face naturally loses with age. Rather than hair that hangs straight and heavy alongside the face, these soft angled pieces sweep forward and upward, creating a subtle but powerful lifting effect. This style works beautifully with natural gray, white, or silver hair. And if you are wearing color, the layers help the light catch it from multiple angles, making your color look richer and more dimensional. Styled with soft waves or a simple blowout, this cut is elegant, versatile, and genuinely ageless. It works for everyday life as much as it works for a special evening out. It is the kind of haircut that makes people say, quietly but sincerely, "You look wonderful." The lob with wispy curtain bangs. The lob, a longer bob that sits anywhere from just below the jaw to the collarbone, has been one of the most universally flattering haircuts for women of all ages. But when you add wispy curtain bangs to a lob, something truly special happens for women over 65. It becomes a cut that is both modern and deeply, genuinely youthful. Curtain bangs are the softest kind of bangs you can choose. They are parted gently in the center or slightly to one side, and they sweep outward across the forehead in a way that is feathery and light. They don't sit blunt across the forehead like a classic fringe. Instead, they blend gradually into the rest of the hair, creating a seamless, flowing look that is incredibly easy to wear, and even easier to love. Here's what curtain bangs do for the mature face. They partially cover the forehead, which is an area where fine lines tend to appear most visibly. But they don't cover it completely. They frame it, softening the whole upper portion of the face in a way that reads as youthful without trying too hard. Paired with the length and movement of a lob, the overall effect is extraordinarily flattering. For women who have felt hesitant about bangs in the past, perhaps afraid they would be too much commitment or too difficult to style, curtain bangs are genuinely forgiving. They can be pushed to the side on low-effort days, styled more deliberately when you want to look polished, and they grow out gracefully rather than awkwardly. Combined with the elegant, easy length of a lob, this is a combination that photographs beautifully, ages beautifully, and simply makes women feel beautiful. That is everything a haircut should do. The short shag with soft volume. There is one final haircut that deserves a place on this list, and it may just be the most unexpectedly wonderful option of all. The short shag, updated, softened, and beautifully adapted for the modern mature woman, is having a quiet revolution right now, and for very good reason. The short shag is a layered, textured cut that has volume, movement, and a certain effortless quality that is hard to put into words but immediately visible in the mirror. It is typically cut to around jaw length or slightly shorter, with layers throughout the crown and body of the hair that create fullness and a beautiful sense of life. The ends are often gently textured or point cut to give them a soft, feathery finish rather than a blunt, heavy one. What makes the short shag so remarkable for women over 65 is how it handles thinning or fine hair. Because the layers are built throughout the entire cut, not just at the ends, the hair appears visibly fuller. Volume is created from the roots rather than relying on the ends to do the work. Even women who feel their hair has become noticeably thinner in recent years often find that a short shag makes their hair look more abundant than it has in a decade. The style also suits women who love something that feels a little less formal and a little more free. It is playful without being juvenile. It is textured without being messy. And it has a kind of natural movement that looks beautiful whether you air dry your hair or do a quick blowout. If you have been searching for something fresh, something that truly feels like it belongs to the woman you are right now, warm, experienced, vibrant, and quietly powerful, the short shag is waiting for you. And there you have it. 5 haircuts that can genuinely help you look and feel younger after 65. The soft layered bob, the textured pixie, face framing layers on medium-length hair, the lob with wispy curtain bangs, and the beautiful, voluminous short shag. Each one of these styles has something important in common. They work with the natural changes that come with age rather than against them. They don't try to pretend the years haven't passed. Instead, they honor where you are right now and simply show you at your very best, refreshed, radiant, and fully yourself. If there is one thing I hope you take away from today, it is this. You are never too old for a fresh start. Sometimes all it takes is sitting down in a hairstylist's chair with a little courage and a clear picture in your mind. The right cut can make you walk out feeling 10 years younger, 10 times more confident, and completely ready for whatever beautiful chapter comes next. Talk to your stylist. Show them what you've seen today. And remember, your hair is not just hair. It's a reflection of the woman you've become, and that woman deserves to shine. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path.